All right, let's do this. Come to a tabletop position. Press into everything in contact with the mat. And on the inhale, you're going to find your cow pose, creating that curvature in the spine. Gazes up towards the sky. On the exhale, find cat, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone. Inhale to drop the belly. Exhale, belly pulls towards the spine, chin to chest. Inhale in cow. And exhale to your cat. Now come back to that neutral spine and find child's pose, Balasana. Sit bones reach back towards the heels. Upper body is really soft. And then let's start to integrate the upper body by digging the fingertips into the ground to lift the palms. Chest lift, gaze moves forward. On the exhale, release the chest, the forehead. Again, press down into the fingertips. Lift the chest, gaze forward. Exhale to lower down. Release the palms to the mat. Inhale back to a neutral tabletop position. As you inhale, find that cow again. On the exhale, cat. Now press it back, child's pose. On the inhale, you're going to move forward in that cow-like movement in the spine. Find your cat. Press it back, child's pose. Now this time, switch it out. So as you move forward, you're going to round the spine into your cat and then find your cow. Releasing sit bones back towards heels. As you move forward, cat-like movement in the spine. And then drop the belly. Balasana, child's pose. As you inhale, come forward into tabletop position. And then on the exhale, lower all the way down to your belly here. Hands are going to come wider than a yoga mat. So imaginary yoga mat if you don't have one. You're going to tent the fingers to lift the palms, elbows work up towards the sky. As you ground down into the fingertips, lift the chest. On the exhale, lower down. Belly releases, rib cage, chest. Inhale, ground down through the fingertips to lift the chest. Really fluid movement here. Exhale to lower down. Now inhale, chest lifts, gaze is the last thing to come up. On the exhale, you're going to dip your right shoulder towards the midline, gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale as you move back through center. Exhale this time, left shoulder drops towards the midline. Gaze up towards the right shoulder. Inhale through center. You're going to take that one more time on each side. Then arms are going to come down by your side, palms face down. Press those hip points into the mat, press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, scoop the chest, the arms, the legs. Everything is lifting and hovering, kind of like a Superman here. Pressing palms into an imaginary surface. Squeeze the shoulder blades on your back body. Take another breath. Exhale, lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale to plank. Belly, rib cage draw in, slight tuck of the tailbone, find a gentle rock forward and back, coming up really high on those back toes. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Take a lot of time in downward facing, pedaling out the feet to create a lot of length in the backs of the legs. Hands are pressing firmly into the mat, so much so that you're able to lift out of your shoulders, pressing the chest further towards the thighs. Nice long, deep rhythmic breaths here. Get creative, take whatever movement you need. As you inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. On the exhale, the feet walk towards the hands, finding a ragdoll pose. Feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. Huge bend in your knees so the chest melts on the tops of the thighs. Hands are either down on the mat or you can take hold of opposite elbows. If there's a lot of tension in the neck, you can interlace the fingers, bring them at the base of the head. It's to assist gravity here. Hands come down to the mat. On the inhale, find your halfway lift. Nice flat back. Sit bones reach back, crown of the head reaches forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades on your back body. Take another breath. Exhale, fold forward. Ground down through the feet, tuck the chin into the chest, roll the spine up to standing mountain pose. As you arrive, inhale, reach the arms nice and high. On the exhale, bend the elbows, finding this cactus, sternum lifts. Inhale, reach nice and high. On the exhale, one more time, cactus the arms, chest lifts. Now interlace the fingers in front of you. Find that cat movement in the spine. Press the palms away, bend in the knees, chin and chest. Keep trying to pull the hands apart. Inhale, arms reach high, release that bind. Open arm twist, left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. You can keep a little gentle bend in the knees. Firm that left shoulder on your back. This is for your chest. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open arm twist, right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Collarbone wide open. Right fingertips actively reaching back. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale one more time, cactus the arms. Now you're going to interlace the fingers behind you to create a bind here. I know you have a nice open front of your shoulders. Take a bend in the knees here. And then press the knuckles down and away from your lower back, maybe finding a little back bend. Full breath in. On your exhale, take that into a forward fold. Soften in the knees if you need. And then try to reach the knuckles overhead. Still think about working the hands away from one another, like you're trying to rip the hands apart, but you can't. You got one more breath there. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, reach the hands towards the back of the room. Palms are face down. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Press into an imaginary surface. Take that last inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back. So you're in an active lunge, back knees lifted. Find a gentle rock forward and back. Maybe taking some circles here in each direction. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches high for an easy twist. Take some big circles with that arm. Just reaching it back up towards the sky, forward, each direction there. Lower the back knee down. Use that inhale to reach the arms overhead. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Bring your hands towards your hips. So this is all about lengthening your hip flexor. I want you to kind of find a slight tuck of your tailbone. With the top of your right foot, you're actively pressing down. Slight tuck of the tailbone, hug in through the belly, through the rib cage. You'll definitely feel that in the front of the right hip flexor. It's not so much about the depth in the hips here. If you want a little more of a chest opener, you can interlace the fingers behind you like we did before. Strengthen as you lengthen. So try to pull the hands away from one another. And take one more breath there. And release the hands to the mat. As you exhale, straighten through the left leg. This is your half splits. You're working towards hips squared, so you really want to start to draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Try to keep those left toes flexed towards the shin. Take as much of a bend in the knee as you need. Take any micro movements you need here. As you inhale, come up high on the fingertips. Lift the chest. On the exhale, fold forward. On the inhale, again, chest lifts. And we're going to heel toe that left foot really wide. Both of your palms are just inside your left foot. This is your lazy lizard. Walk the right knee back as much as you need. And take some circles in the hips. Option to walk the hands off the right side for a side body stretch. If you're doing that, your right elbow comes down, fingers turn in, and then your left hand's reaching at a 45-degree angle. You're high up on those fingertips and you're dragging the earth away from you. Still pressing into the top of that back foot. Slowly come back to center. Tuck those back toes, lift the knee, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Arms come out to a cactus. As you inhale, lift the arms. Still firm the glutes. Now you're drawing your elbows all the way down into your rib cage. Inhale, arms move forward, pressing the palms into imaginary surface. Inhale, cactus the arms, elbows draw into the side body. Inhale, arms reach forward. One more time. Exhale. Firm the glutes. Inhale. And on the exhale, hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale and plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 intentional breaths into the sides of the torso. As you inhale, gaze moves forward. Exhale, feet walk to the hands. Halfway lift. Hands reach back, palms face down. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Hug the navel in. As you inhale, rise up, arms reach overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, hug in through your waist. Now interlace the fingers in front of you, cat-like movement in the spine. Gentle bend in the knees. Should feel really good for the inner borders of the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms reach nice and high. And interlace the fingers behind you. Open up through the front of the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Maintain the bind for a couple breaths. Work to keep your sitting bones over your heels. So I'm doing a really bad job of that. Do as I say. Release the hands. Step your left foot back. Little rock forward and back. Take some circles there if you like. And you're going to find your easy twist. Left palm plants. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Shoulders are stacked. Squeeze inner thighs together. On the exhale, release the back knee down. Inhale, arms reach high. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Now remember, it's all about the front of your left hip flexor. Hands come to hips. Press into the top of the left foot this time. Tuck the tailbone. Hug in through the waist. Once you have that, then you can start to press the hips gently forward. Use the breath to create a lot of length in the front of your hip flexor. If you did it on the other side, you can interlace the fingers, bring them behind the back, open up through the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Start to straighten through your right leg. This time, right hip crease actively drawing back, left hip crease drawing forward. Work to square the hips. Right toes stay flexed towards the shin. Maybe you invite a little halfway lift on the inhale. Using that exhale to find a little more depth as you fold over that extended leg. As you inhale, re-root down into that right foot. Re-root. And then right foot comes even wider. Palms are just inside the foot. So lazy lizard on this side. If you took movement on the other side, go ahead and take it. So some circles with the hips, little rock forward and back. And then option to take that side body stretch. This time hands come off to the left. Left elbow comes down, those fingers turn in. Come up high on your right fingertips so you're creating a tent. Drag the earth away from you. You can even start to gently bump the hips to the right. That intensifies the stretch there. Hands come back to center, and we'll meet in our plank pose. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Arms are by your side, palms face down. Finding your locust, gently press hip points into the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, everything lifts, hovers off the mat. This time, if you'd like, you can interlace the fingers again behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, creating even more space in the front of the chest here. Inhale. On the exhale, release. Inhale in plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath. Micro movements are welcome. Feel something a little bit different. Slowly come down to the knees and let's find child's pose. Either knees can stay together this time, or if you like the knees a little bit wider than the hips, take that. Bring the elbows down to the mat, palms together. Inhale where you are. Exhale, thumbs release towards the back of the neck. Firmly press your palms together. One more breath there. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Inhale in plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Finding bear is in front of the screen. Your arms are going to come out to a T. This is your shoulder opener. Left hand underneath the shoulder. Roll onto your right side. We've done this before. It helps to walk your right fingertips up at a diagonal so your fingers are a little forward of your shoulders. And then you're really, really active. So you're pressing down into the palm, the forearm, the shoulder. And then roll back to center. Left arm comes out to a T. Walk those fingertips a little forward of the shoulder with the right hand underneath you. Roll onto your, left side.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Oh my God, Siri, stop. When you're ready, come back onto the belly and find a child's pose. You've done great job. Do it every day. Love you.